So after that, once you're in, then what do you do next? You basically you establish a foothold, which means that, oh, now I've broken into this network and I'm in the victim's machine. I need to basically, as a bad guy, I want a guarantee for myself that I want to stay here for as long as I can, right? Stay undetected, under the radar, right? And that's the main purpose of doing all this effort, right? To just get in there, and once you're in there, then your main purpose is to silently kind of stay there. And these guys actually, the intruders, they're going to install some backdoors at this stage, right? Or whatever is needed in order to stay in the infected system, and then also have a connection back anytime they want. Sometimes this process takes a long time, just to let you know, years, months. Okay, so the obvious step, obviously, like we know that now they have established a foothold, and now they're expected to be doing something, right? As attackers break into the system, the next step would be here is you start another one, that is the internal reconnaissance. So what does internal reconnaissance mean here? Well, it means that you're going to go into the internal network, because it's an internal reconnaissance, because you're already inside the internal network, and see what are the other hosts in that network. What is the architecture like, the network architecture, what kind of infrastructure they're using, right? All that information, the different operating systems, their versions, the databases, the database versions, the services which they are running, other third-party components, software which they're using, all of that information, right? That is internal reconnaissance. And basically the APT guys are going to be mapping the network to understand what is there, to know what the different security products are also running. That is pretty key for them. And based on that information, they're going to start moving and start devising methods like how to go through the network, how to kind of communicate with other hosts in order to try to find more sensitive applications, sensitive data, sensitive servers, or even hidden machines or locked down machines with very tight accesses. That is their goal, because they want to slowly, trying to feel the network, try to draw the network out, map the network, get to the sensitive parts of the network, assure access, try to gain access. So that's what, the internal reconnaissance is. Let me kind of, see what is there. And the main reason down here is why would a person care? They're already inside a network. Why do they want version history and database information? Just because they want to now also see if there's any vulnerabilities in that operating system version, and maybe they can use any other, 0 days which are not well known or not published in our internet world, and they are part of the the dark web, right? So another thing is, let's imagine that these guys, the bad guys, they're able to break into a company, and this is a scenario, right? And this company is called 123 ABC, whatever, right? And ABC Corp. And now they have access probably to their one of the sales guys, because it was a spear phishing attack, and they just sent an email saying, hey, this is your payment invoice. The sales guy opened it, or this is a new contract, signed contract, and the sales guy goes, oh well, somebody signed a contract. I don't know who Jim is, but oh well, looks like my company name, and it's to somebody here. Let me just open it. Now that guy is compromised, and he doesn't even know. He says, oh, this is just bogus information. I don't know what these guys are talking about. This is not even us. So he deletes that particular attachment after viewing it, right? But the job is done, right? The sales engineer has basically opened the door. At this point, he is compromised. Now, once the sales engineer or the salesperson's machine is compromised, now they can the bad guys can basically start mapping the network. They can say, oh, what is the payment server here? What is the credit card processing system used? For example, if they want to move, if they want to look at code, if this company builds some software, they'll start looking into, oh, what are the build machines and how the code, which servers have the code on it, right? What product they are using, what different internal secrets. If it's what is their financial department using, the tools which they are using. where are their servers located. So now they're inside the system. Now they start, breaking through and accessing other parts of the system. So at this point, also, it is very common that as soon as they are moving to other assets in the network, they will maintain presence. And as soon as they compromise a server, another machine will maintain presence, and so they can access it. So this is like a chain reaction, which is a very silent one. You will never come to know, and they have basically gone and infiltrated into so many machines. Once again, it's very similar that these steps to be established, foretold, they have to be taken seriously, and the host need to be compromised in here, and there are different network assets which are being part of this whole spectrum. Also at this point, normally the APTs will update their malware, and they're going to install more advanced and stealthy backdoors to do all kind of actions, right? Because just understand, right? Because what happens is when now they have compromised, they have established a foothold, right? They have done internal reconnaissance. They know exactly, they have mapped your network to the T. Now they say, oh, let's upgrade our malware to a point where we can you can kind of have more stealthy backdoors. Open it up a little bit for us, give us some room, because when you're in a tight space, you want to see how much you can kind of stretch, and that's what they try to do. And so basically, some of the things which help them do that, they're going to basically be they're going to try to do privilege escalation, and basically that is getting access to system escalation privileges, getting access to admin accounts, understanding next hops, the next assets in the network, because as they may imagine that there are different sections in the network, and they try to also see maybe there are some hidden sections of the internal network, and the restricted servers, and we're talking about those kind of access which they then start trying to hop around and kind of map those on also. All right. Also, another example here which comes to me is so when you have different layers, you're going to be the bad guy is going to be accessing by attacking them, and this is more like reconnaissance, more information moving, more like lateral movement, I would say. So other servers which they gain access to and maintain presence at this time, they find it, they want to make sure that they maintain presence and they are satisfied. So they can take weeks, months, and years, as I said before. And at the end of the cycle, there is complete mission. That means execute the goal. I would say game over for a company. If they have not detected the intruder at that till that particular time, because the infection has gone everywhere. They're kind of executing their end goal. Usually they will stay silent. If they're reaching to the point where they're executing the end goal, that means they have done exploitation of all the data. They have stolen all the assets. They have destroyed the machines. They've done whatever their objective is. So end goal is the scary part. Every part is scary, but our goal, my goal here is, and you understand what a APT lifecycle is. You can then can get in the hats, get in the shoes of a hacker, and then understand what the next steps would be and try to mitigate that, or or actually try to stop them at their grassroots.